Hello, callers. Welcome back to Viva Barca and welcome to another interesting episode where we are going to be discussing on some interesting update. We start with manager Xavi Hernandez. I want us to discuss. This is more of an opinion-based something. Xavi should not be judged by the game against Arsenal. Should he? That's a question that we are going to be discussing in this episode. Then to conclude this episode, we talk about this report claiming that Barca are set to make a bomb signing after important exits. We are also going to be looking at that. So guys, as we get right into the stories in much detail, please do ensure to subscribe, give the video a like as we get right into it. FC Barcelona commenced their USA tour, locking horns against Arsenal in Los Angeles. Despite the game merely being labeled a friendly, the age-old notion of pre-seasons being the perfect breeding ground of reactionary takes and overblown estimations turned out to be true once again. With the Catalan Giants losing 5-3 to the Gunners, there is still little reason to believe the negativity surrounding the Barca camp will be recurring theme for the reasons mentioned below. Let's start with this first one. Regaining the rhythm. Barca began on a rocky footing with the initiation of preseason, having been struck by an outbreak of viral gastroenteritis. The opener versus Juventus had to be cancelled. While the game was simply a friendly with minimal long-term consequences, losing out on the opportunity to regain rhythm ahead of a more grueling schedule was bound to take its toll. The majority of the squad was thrown in the hot seat against the Gunners right after recovering from a viral stomach bug, and this lack of match fitness on display was not a bolt from the blue. Barcelona would not have been having worries about embarking on an odious adventure with Arsenal as their very first foe had the Catalan Giants eased onto the pre-established schedule. Club friendly. Then the second one is experimenting with a variation of players, as we saw Xavi doing, because club friendlies allow coaches and to tinker around with the squad to the maximum degree, in spite of results always holding value in Catalonia and fans demanding victories in all sorts of circumstances. The chances to test out different systems in an actual match is a rarity. Xavi capitalized on the opportunity to experiment with the newly assembled squad. The previous season gave an adept glimpse into the club's best starting 11 and what formation extracts the players' best facets. But the coach fielded many different combinations as we saw that day. Even though most of his important players were given playtime, the usual faces that have formed cohesion over the past few months did not feature together. The loss may have stung fans, yet Xavi was emboldened to understand the depth of his squad, which he managed to achieve. The knowledge gained from losses is often more profound than the lessons learned from the victories. Through challenging experiences, an understanding of complex situations is always acquired. So sticking true to the box midfield, for example, would have arguably yielded a short-term gain, but provided little upside in the long run for a team that aspires to expand its versatility and implement a number of approaches. Then the next issue, we talk about a mismatch in terms of match fitness. As Barca's opening preseason game, it is hardly coincidence that imprecision often overwhelmed the squad, particularly since many players were returning right after a viral disease. Meanwhile, on the other hand, Arsenal were set to play their final preseason game, having played four friendlies prior to this. The match sharpness exhibition or exhibited by Arsenal thus played a significant role in their victory. Xavi spoke about the opposition's excessive intensity in a friendly, but his complaints hold some truth. In addition to going all out for a game with little on the line, Arsenal committed a grand total of 22 fouls, which is 7 more than their tally of most fouls in a single game last season. Barcelona lacking fitness and still, acclimatizing themselves, was unsurprisingly taken aback by the English side's combativeness. Of course, that's how the game ended. And of course, Barcelona, it's not easy. Like, after serious issues, stomach problems, we all remember the game against Juve was cancelled. It came as a shock. We had to play against Juve, but we did not play again because of stomach bug. And of course, definitely we are heading into the game against Arsenal, a team that has played already 4 games before meeting Barca. You would expect that their match fitness and their rhythm would be better than us. So for me, I don't believe that Xavi and others should be judged by the Arsenal performance. They can't. He can't be judged by that. He can't be judged. It's a preseason game, yes, and some people judge very easily. But for me, I believe that you can't just judge Xavi's upcoming season by the Arsenal performance. We lost 5-3, yes. Nobody saw it coming. But let's just hope that we continue to improve, you know. But it's not like we want to lose every game and say we're learning a lesson. We're playing Real Madrid later tonight, a game that, as a Barca fan, you would expect to always beat Real Madrid. The enmity is always there. So we hope that we can bounce back from that terrible defeat against Arsenal in tonight's game against Real Madrid. Then on to the final story of discussion. A recent report from Dario Sport has pointed to a club source who suggests Barca are going to make a bomb signing before the end of September. The report suggests Barca will make a move for the Atletico Madrid superstar after sanctioning a few important exits. These sales could go a long way in helping the club bring in the cash flow and balance the books as they look to return to the 1:1 equation. Earlier this month, João Felix admitted his desire to play for Barca, which caused a ripple effect in the transfer market. Barca were quick to shift to turn their attention to Felix, with Joan Laporta being a huge admirer of the Atleti forward. Since then, the two clubs have been in discussions over the potential sale of Felix. Barca have ruled out buying Felix on permanent this summer, as the forward is said to cost a fortune. However, they are in talks over a loan deal with an option to sign the forward permanently next year. So who are the ones leaving Barca now? In order to make these economic provisions for Felix, Barca must offload a few of their unwanted first-team stars. Frank Kessie is an obvious contender, as the Ivorian has been strongly linked with moves to Juve and Tottenham recently. Even Saudi clubs have pursued the midfielder, though he is not keen on moving to the Middle East. Other players in contention to leave Camp Nou include Lenglet, Sergio Dest, Ferran Torres. Barca, though, have not had much luck finding shooters for either of these three stars, so it will be interesting to see how the club plan to go about their business on that front. So guys, with that, we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time, bye bye.